And I really want to emphasize the fourth quarter. I think that was an area that really surprised the market. I just saw a note from Stanbic IBTC indicating that your results beat their estimates.
I think if you look at the fourth quarter of the year 2011, it's just when we have the real impact of our business transformation.
Right.
And the driver behind our performance for 2010, 2011 is about really engaging on business transformation. What do you mean by that? In essence, at the heart of Unilever is our brands and is our people. And for us to have a transformational move in terms of moving our company to a next level,
right,
is about focusing on what we do on people, having huge engagement on people, and of course identify the key talents that we need to drive the agenda going forward.
Right, but practically, especially the efficiency, we see that your profit margins were higher for the year. You see PAT up 31% to 5.4 billion, but the top line revenues were only up 17%. So it really shows that the profit margin is going up.
Profit margin is going up. If you look at the turnover, we've grown the turnover about 17%. And of course, in the year where we had huge commodity cost movement, if you see the commodity cost movement moving at about 18%, what we have done, a fantastic, aggressive cost driver.
Right.
That has driven the results. If you look at the commodity price we're going up, we focus on an aggressive cost driver, and of course making sure that we put price increase where it matters. And if we look at the savings that we have created in 2011, more than offset the prices that we needed to actually cushion the margin pressure from commodity margins. And I think that in itself, you look at a very strong view of what I'm always saying in the business, that if you want to spend money, ask yourself a simple question. Will the consumer be prepared to pay for it? If the answer is no, stop.
Very strong point, and I think that brings me to discussion around the Nigerian consumer. I mean, we hear so much about the fact that that is the big attraction to Nigeria for many consumer companies. Now, some are not as successful as others, but talk to us about how you are engaging the Nigerian consumer and your rating of the Nigerian consumer today, given the pressures that the consumer is under right now, more so with the increase in fuel prices in January this year.
In the other heart of our strategic plan is about giving the consumer the right portfolio, the right assortment at the right price. And then looking at that is that the important thing for us to have created this is that we're looking at all the attractive and the right price points that consumers are willing to, not only to buy our product, but to test our product.
Right.
So that's a key thing about, if you look at currently what's happening with the price of fuel going up, the pressure on disposable income is huge to a consumer. Not only that, the cash outlay to our customers is also huge. So the important thing that our job is very clear, is to find a sweet spot between that cash outlay in our customers and that pressure on the consumer income. And that's the job that we have identified. And if you look at those sweet spots, it's about creating a product at the right pack sizes, at the right attractive price points, and at the right portfolio where people can be able to use. And if you look at that's exactly what we are doing. If you look at on our detergent side, we have all the various pack sizes absolutely meant for those consumers a consumer who can only spend 50 US cents a day. We need to make sure that we create a product which is of the good
You're
quality.
referring to the single-serve packaging strategy. Give us a sense of the impact that has had on revenues in this last year.
Huge impact, to a point where consumer who wants to use a single serve for their preparation of the meal, a single serve for washing of their clothes, a single serve for putting margarine on their butter, we create that particular convenience to our consumers. And if you look at that particular area, has absolutely more than doubled our revenues. And that's the key. If you look at the portfolio of how our revenues has grown up, revenues have grown up by clearly identifying where the consumers need and absolutely identifying the price points we are able to pick up.
Right, so let's look ahead. We know that over the last 5 years, it's been a very dramatic turnaround strategy that we've seen in Unilever. Your share price obviously reflecting that. Over the last 52 weeks, it's up 22%, but the market is down 16%. So outperforming the market by about 38%. So clearly, the market is beginning to believe that story. But give us a sense of where you take it from here. How do you take it forward? What are the key points that you're going to emphasize?
The key point still remains creating value for shareholders. And how do you create value for shareholders? It's about looking at the key touch points that moves the needles in our business. And that's, at the end of the day, it's about how we transform our business. Our business is our people. How we transform our people to be able to compete at the next level. The inches are improving every month. And that's exactly what we have to create a very sustainable business. I have a simple target in my life. My target is growth, 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 and growth. The only difference is one is sustainable growth, the second one is profitable growth, and the other one is about competitive growth, going ahead on the market. Right. And the third one is about responsible growth. Our growth needs to make sure that we are not stealing for the future.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Thabo, for joining us.